Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist at the Tech Travel Geeks, and this is the Tech Travel Geeks comparison between the Honor 9X Lite and the Honor 20E. If you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. Right, if you subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube, you will have probably seen our unboxing and setup videos for the Honor 9X Lite and our unboxing and setup videos for the Honor 20E. Both these devices are Honor smartphones launched in 2020, which feature Google Play services, and both of them are extremely affordable. They're both under £200 sterling, and in most markets will be under $200 US. Currently in the UK, you can pick up the Honor 9X Lite for less than £180 and the Honor 20E for around about £150. So both are very, very affordable. But what are the similarities and differences between the two devices? What would make you choose one over the other? I'll try and go over it quite simply in this video. Now, under the skin, and as far as tech specs look on paper, both devices are very, very similar. They both feature, in this case, full high definition plus screens, so ideal for watching high quality video streams from Netflix, Amazon Prime, or even on YouTube. Both devices have a notch, though the Honor 20E has a little teardrop notch, and the Honor 9X Lite has a more significant notch up there. In terms of charging and headphone jacks, again, they're very, very similar devices. So they both use micro USB for charging, they both have headphone jacks, and in this case also have downwards facing speakers. What is different though is the build. So whilst they're very similar on paper, the build and the feel in the hand is significantly different. The Honor 9X Lite is much bigger because it has a 6.5 inch diagonal screen. It is a flat screen, so no curves at the edges, and it has a flat back. So it's essentially a glass sandwich without any curving on the sides, apart from the frame of the phone itself. And that's probably due to the fact that the Honor 9X Lite has a sort of metal build to it. So that's a metal body that it's all built on. And it feels solid to hold. It's a solid phone to hold. Great overall experience, especially for consuming media. Now, the Honor 20E has the same resolution screen, but it's significantly smaller. This is a 6.2 inch screen, and you can see just side by side it looks smaller, and it also feels much lighter as well as thinner in the hand. That's because the back of the device isn't flat. It's slightly curved at the edges. The edges taper into what is a plastic structure to the phone. So a flat screen on the front with very little edge curving, but then a nice contoured back of the phone. And as you can see, it's very shiny. The Honor 20E is branded and is part of the Honor 20 series, and it looks like it in terms of design, whereas the Honor 9X Lite is slightly squarer and slightly different in terms of how it feels, but also looks. It harkens back to a squarer smartphone. So both of them, as I said, on paper are very, very similar. Both have different designs and fingerprint sensors mounted on the back. Both are running the same version of Android. In this case, the Honor 9X Lite and the Honor 20E are both running MUI 9.1, which is based on Android 9. It's not the newest version of Android, but the reason Honor have probably done this is that this was an approved version of Android that supports Google Play services, so they didn't have to sell the device without them. And that's really, really important, especially if you're in some Western markets. Having Google Play services is very important to get your apps from the Google Play App Store, but more importantly, it enables use of NFC that both devices have to use Google Pay. So you'll be able to use both the Honor 9X Lite and the Honor 20E to pay in stores and to use public transport like the London Underground with tap and pay. So this is really good. 2 smartphones from Honor, which you can use with Google Play and Google Pay in 2020. So this is something really good and very handy if you're shopping for a smartphone in the UK. Now, in terms of performance, in software, they're pretty much the same. Very good overall experience using MUI, and I have to say that overall, no issues on neither one. The only one thing that I had with the Honor 9X Lite was that I can't install Netflix. So the Google Play Store says that Netflix is not available for the Honor 9X Lite. But you can install Netflix from other sources as well if you want to. But for watching video, the bigger screen is slightly better than the Honor 20E, just my personal preference. Just the same as typing. Obviously I have big clunky hands. Typing on the 6.5-inch screen of the Honor 9X Lite is slightly more pleasant, but it is less pocketable. And the Honor 20E, on the other hand, is much more pocketable, but a bit more cramped if you're typing very quickly with 2 thumbs. So another space where the 2 devices differ from each other is cameras. So you'll see in the back there's 2 very different modules. The module on the Honor 20E is a slightly longer one, more similar to what we've seen on the Huawei P series devices, whereas the squarer module on the 9X Lite reminds us of the module on the previous versions of the 9X or the 8X and so forth. But it is a single 48 megapixel camera on the 9X Lite, whereas the Honor 20E has a triple camera setup with a main sensor of 24 megapixel. The Honor 9X Lite has an extra depth sensor, but I haven't noticed any difference, and if I cover it up whilst taking a portrait shot, I haven't noticed any difference in the depth of field of a shot taken. Whereas the Honor 20E does have an 8 megapixel ultra-wide sensor that's really good for capturing wide shots, as well as having a 2 megapixel depth sensor. So the Honor 20E does have a better camera setup overall, and in my experience that 24 megapixel sensor takes better pictures. Either the sensor and the optics, or the sensor optics and software are better tuned, or it's just a better set of components than the 48 megapixel camera on the Honor 9X Lite. Now, on the front, both of them have 8 megapixel selfie cameras. They're pretty good. They both work with face unlock. They're very fast at recognizing my face. And more importantly, they record full high definition video, which means that you'll be able to use them for vlogging or doing Instagram stories if you wish to. It's really quite good. Both devices have capable batteries. I've said the 9X Lite gets me through a day. The Honor 20E does as well. I would say that the only limitation that both devices have, they don't really have much fast charging. So whereas the 9X Lite has a bigger battery, and I've never got it to 0 in a day, whenever I need to top up, it does take a while. There's no fast charging. So something to bear in mind. But overall, I'd say both devices are excellent mid-range smartphones from Honor that have Google Play services and deliver amazing value for money. If you would like us to do a comparison with something priced in a similar price bracket, such as the Nokia 5.3 or the Doogee N20 or any other smartphone, just let us know in the comments. For now, I think that's a quick comparison between the 2 devices, summed up. Both great value. One's bigger, has less capable camera on the back. The other's smaller, more compact, and has slightly less battery life. But both, as I said, have Google Play services. So thank you for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube.